during the COVID period. And it was so interesting. And I know there was a reason why it was covered in that moment of time when there were chaos, everything all over. And we saw that the grounding of itself, then weeding, then stabilization. So according to the times that we are in here, in this moment for the church, like the body of Christ, I think it is very important for us to know the grounding and weeding, because we need to be stabilized for the takeoff, because the body of Christ is getting to a place that it needs to take off, like become in that authority. So from you, we have three terms here. The first time is grounding.
Yes.
And then there's weeding, and then the stabilization. So I'll get back to you so that you can understand these terms according to the spirit that drew them. Yes.
So grounding is more the foundation, and anchorage in terms of now, on this basis we have, for instance, what is our grounding in terms of the God concept. God concept becomes something that is very key to have that realities in terms of what exactly you unveil, what you can wield,
Yes.
and the scope of the spectrum of your operations.
Yeah.
So when you speak about grounding, is more like finding the taproot to get into the reality of God. Then eventually speak about weeding means you have to remove philosophies. It means there's concept that we may think we know about God, that's not necessarily God and such. So it means you have to deal with those kinds of concepts, then eventually stability comes in place. Now, there's a lot of things, for instance, when you speak about God, when you say about grounding, weeding, and stabilization for takeoff,
Yes.
it doesn't matter how much you may have the possession of the power of the inbuilt capacity, there are side steps that you must take spiritually to have the ability to stage manage the penetration into the sovereignty of God. For instance, let's say when speaking about grounding, weeding, and stabilization for takeoff, for instance, the things you believe, this statement I've said several times, that the things you believe to be true about God has a direct effect on the things you believe to be true about yourselves.
Yes.
One of the attributes a genuine Christian will tell you, one of the attributes they know about God is that God is a jealousy God.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it? Now, as much as that principle is in place, rest assured, till eternity, you won't break through, because you are entrapped in a particular seal that eventually your comprehension about God, this God that you're grounded upon, eventually begins to become what you're drawing. Eventually, you begin to exhibit the same characteristics. And the aspects of God being a jealousy God begins to become the ripple effect of our emanation.
Yes.
That becomes a lot of things that begin to cascade. So eventually it becomes you're pursuing God, but you're being beaten by the same system because of the comprehension of what you understand about God. Now, if God is a jealousy God, what exactly is he jealousy about?
Yes.
You know the concept of jealousy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It has got particular kind of rifts, competition, all those kind of things. So as much as God is a jealousy God, which is a true doctrine of a believer, believing that God is a jealousy God, isn't it?
Yes.
So eventually you also exhibit the same. Eventually what happens is the forces that come in play will ensure, unless you find the counter to break that seal, you want to enter a particular place. It means the aspect of the jealousy aspect of God begins to move in a lot of things. It will affect what you seek and pursue. It will affect the understanding and demarcations in terms of like this versus this and such. So if God is a jealousy God, exactly who is he competing with? Or who is he jealousy against? Or who is the threat to the stature of his stability so that it becomes a jealousy God?
Yes.